Did you guys miss us? It's the return of the Triple Threat Wrestling Podcast. I am Lucky, joined by MVP. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Your support means the world to us. We want to grow with you as a community and bring you the best content that we can possibly bring you. Since we are returning after our holiday break, we are now going to talk about the top 5 returns in wrestling history. It's only fitting we do that. Is that cool with you, MVP?
Cool as the other side of the pillow.
I like that. If you're a Chicago native, you get it. You went first on the last top 5. That was weeks ago. Okay, I don't know how I remember that. I'm going number 1 this time.
Okay.
One of my favorite returns is not in any particular order, but one of my favorite returns because it was quiet and the crowd didn't know what to expect. The Rock comes back as the host of WrestleMania 28. As soon as you heard, if you smell, that crowd erupted because The Rock is back home.
Okay, so I was watching Raw that day, and they teased this big announcement. As soon as the Tron started shooting electricity, I'm like, it's The Rock because he's electrifying.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, it's totally The Rock.
It was great. It was great because The Rock is my personal. Now it's a weird topic, the Mount Rushmore topic, but just your all-time favorite that you just love to watch. The Rock is mine. The way I walk, I do the Rock walk sometimes when I'm walking through the mall,
Yeah, I know. I know.
I'll never forget. I worked at a overnight warehouse job, and we're walking back from break, and the dude I was cool with, he's like, "Is your favorite wrestler The Rock?" I'm like, "How do you know that?" The way you walk, brother. I watch the way you walk.
Dude, I used to, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years ago, I used to walk through every door pretending I'm walking to the ring to Voices.
Oh, yeah. I could just imagine doing that.
All right, so I tried, I really tried hard to not include Survivor Series
Oh my god!
here.
Oh my god!
So no CM Punk or Randy Orton, but I do have CM Punk. His return in 2011, 2 weeks after Money in the Bank.
Let me erase that. Okay,
that's not Del Rio. That's not Del Rio.
that's a great return because you didn't expect Punk to come back that soon, right? And then
No,
you
absolutely not.
you crown. It's like we partied too hard over the new year. You got a Punk come back, and my favorite part about that is that when Cena says, "You've been away, the champ is here," and he holds his belt up, and then Punk says nothing. He just raises his title higher, and I love it because Cena acknowledges it. Yeah, that's the title. I just won a secondary. That's the championship I need to get. And he acknowledges it and he leaves the ring. That's a great return.
So unless you were a fan of his in Ring of Honor, you're not knowing what's going on. Why is this song playing? I'm trying to hear This Fire Burns. A buddy of mine, he was like, yeah, he came to the ring to Cult of Personality from Lenny Kravitz.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I have no idea why I'm yawning. God, I need a coffee. I'm gonna go again, no particular order, but this one was a very good return. I don't recall anyone calling it, and I know that it was a thunderous return. Edge at the Royal Rumble 2020.
Yeah.
Because you just see the emotion that I can do what I love to do again. Yeah. And just spearing everyone in the ring. That's one of the best returns. I love Edge, and what he's accomplished, and to see him come back after something that, you'd love to do something, you can't do it anymore, and then being able to come back to do it, that's amazing. So yeah, I gotta go Edge Royal Rumble 2020.
Let me ask you this: what do you think about Adam Copeland?
You know what? I feel that he's just enjoying what he wants to do now. There isn't like pressure that like you're just the main event guy. You come back every few months. You got to be good. He's just having fun with what he's doing. He's working with one of his best friends of all time, and it's good stuff. It's good stuff with him and Christian. I didn't think we were going to get it on free television that fast, but we did.
Here's the thing, though. I feel like it's really sad to see those pictures of Edge in the ring, or the rated R superstar Adam Copeland in the ring, and the crowd is empty.
Yeah. Well, that's AEW. I mean, you could say they're growing, and I mean, they can fill the house if they need to do a little bit better marketing. Maybe I don't know what else he could do, but I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I know what you're saying. There's pictures of like the hard side camera just tarped off, and then their seats empty, and you got Christian versus Edge. Sorry, Adam Copeland.
The radar superstar Adam Copeland.
Yeah, I'll never be able to say that and get on board with it. But yeah, no, that it is hard to see. I agree with you.
All right, my number 2. Wrestling has more than one. Cody Rhodes, WrestleMania against Seth Rollins.
Adrenaline.
Now, yeah, so everyone knew. It was just kind of refreshing to see because he has the song that he used on the Independence, and everywhere he went after his first stint with WWE, and for them to use it as part of the overall presentation of Cody Rhodes, it was nice to see.
Yeah, no, I agree. Cody's return was phenomenal, and his WWE run has been very good. Favorite moment is his torn pec Hell in a Cell match.
Oh yeah, I
watched a YouTube video of real doctors reacting to doing that, and they're like, "Why?" Like just the kendo stick digging into the pec. Like, oh my god, dude! I can't imagine it. I got a kid, guys. I'm so tired. I'm gonna save this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. You know what? Let's get this one out of the way. If you're not gonna take Punk returning at Survivor Series last month, I'm taking it. CM Punk returns to Survivor Series, and I'm gonna bring it up. Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Diana. Anyway. So, but no, it was.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go on the TikTok page. It's right there.
Yep. The crowd was. Yes. Wow, dude. The crowd was thunderous. And when you recorded it and I edited it, as soon as his music hit, that's all I heard was that beginning second. Then it's just the crowd noise because that's how loud it was. You can't do a return list without that return. That's one of the best returns we've seen in a long time.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to go. I don't know which way I'm going. Goldberg returns in 2016 after 12 years away from the WWE. Now, at the time, Goldberg was a big part of the 2K game. The WWE, was it 2K17?
Yep.
So he was the big the legend of that of the game that year, and to this point, WWE would do something with the legends of the game that they're promoting that year, and they brought back Goldberg to have a match with Brock Lesnar. And originally, it was supposed to be a one-off where Lesnar gets his win back, but they flip everything on its ear, and Goldberg dominates Lesnar.
Wasn't it like 3 spears and a jackhammer, and that was it?
Yeah, yeah.
And then Paul came pleading, please, no.
Oh, but it's like Lesnar picked him up to bring him to the corner to show dominance, and then Goldberg just shoved him.
Yeah, he went down.
Holy cow! Yeah, so I'm going Goldberg 2016.
That rounds out our 3, right? 3 each. My number 4 is going to be, because of how emotional it was. As a fan that I am, Bret Hart returns to Raw 2010.
Yeah.
Because he got to come out, he got to talk about everything. And Shawn Michaels comes out. And then for a second there, when he walks past Bret Hart, after he says, I forgive you and all that, it looks like he's going to hit him with a Sweet Chin music. And then he turns around and gives him a hug. And, that, solidifies that chapter. And then you have, Vince turning on Bret at the end of the show, which set up the Mania match. And it felt like it's stuff that it was nice to get it culminated together. And now don't got to worry about, Bret Hart hitting WWE and, he's on the Legends contract. Because you know what? Before that, because he wasn't around wrestling for a while, there was an interview, I think TMZ did it. And some a fan saw Bret Hart in the street, and he said,
"A crowd guy."
Yeah, crowd guy. We'll call every fan now crowd guys. He said, you're the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. And Bret Hart said, I used to be. And it was heartbreaking for me. I love Bret Hart. But he was just down. So when I saw him come back and all this stuff happened, I was so happy for him. So Bret Hart returns to Raw 2010, number 4.
Now, this was this episode of Raw was opposite TNA trying to get on Monday nights and restart on Monday Night War. Hulk Hogan making a debut there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I go. All right, my number 4. I'm going Lesnar. Brock Lesnar returns in 2012. So the night before, John Cena loses to The Rock for the first time. It's their once in a lifetime match.
The one that took a year to get to.
Yes. So this began the spiral of John Cena going down. The next night on Raw, he calls The Rock back out. The Rock already left the arena. Who comes out? Brock Lesnar. And he comes down and just F5s John Cena out of his hat.
Never forget crowd guy.
Yeah. The birth of the Brock Lesnar guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good return. I had it on mine, obviously, but yeah, and because you don't expect Lesnar to come back. That's when it used to be like the Raw after Mania was must watch. Then it kind of wasn't that for a long time. That was the last time you're like, okay, Raw after Mania, something's gonna happen, and Lesnar comes back, and you're like, oh, here we go. Like, this is gonna be crazy. So yeah, I see that one. Number 5. Who do I talk about all the time? Your tribal chief. Roman Reigns returns to SummerSlam 2020.
Okay. Is that the one you saved?
Yes, I saved it for the end because it's the tribal chief. You got to acknowledge him.
Yeah.
But to see him come back, right? It was Fiend versus Braun, right?
Yeah,
He just the shirt says it, or wreck everyone, leave.
and leave. Yeah,
Um, and he did that. He wrecked everyone. You're like, this is a different Roman than we're used to seeing.
yep.
And then after the weeks go on, he's siding with Paul Heyman. You're like, I like this. I like it a lot. And then look where we are now, 3 years later, still champion.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That felt like a long time ago. But
New Roman Reigns, new teeth.
yeah,
They debuted the veneers.
yeah. What did John Cena call him? He said you got. I think the last promo they did when he faced him at the SummerSlam.
Yeah,
You got those big, what do you say, piano keys for teeth or something like that? Yeah. But yeah, Roman Reigns return SummerSlam 2020 is, and too bad it happened in an empty arena.
Yeah.
But
at least at this point, they had the Thunderdome.
I wonder if that return would have happened that way if there was still crowds in arenas. You know what I'm saying? Because they needed something different to get people to watch, and that was that. I wonder if they would have let Roman do the tribal chief thing without the crowd, or with the crowd. Sorry.
Well, what made this whole tribal chief bloodline storyline just different was they were able to fine tune it without being taken over by the crowd.
True.
They took risks because when you have a live crowd and they weren't, they tried to do opposite of everything WWE wanted the crowd to do for Roman Reigns. So they probably would have cheered him. Obviously, not the reaction that they want because this is a huge heel turn for Reigns. When you don't have the live crowd, they took risks and it worked out because it's Lucky's favorite storyline the past 3 years.
Yeah, it sure is. So yeah, that's my 5 now. I don't got to worry anymore about you taking any more. Take it home.
Undertaker 2004 returns as the Dead Man. WrestleMania 20 against Kane.
I like that.
So yeah, Kane buries Big Evil, and we got all this teasing for Undertaker to come back, and he comes back as the Dead Man and dominates Kane. That rounds up my 5.
That's a great return. Anything Undertaker does is just great, and it was actually, speaking of like being risk takers and like trying something different, going away from the Dead Man gimmick was a big. End your whole career, but
So I thought about doing the American Badass.
Did you?
I did, but at the end of the day, Undertaker is not Undertaker if he's not the Dead Man. So
I agree. Before you do your honorable mentions, I only have one since you stole like 4 of mine. And I like this one a lot because it's the infamous. I can't even do it, but like the Sting is turned away from the camera.
Oh, I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
He says the one thing about Sting that's for sure is nothing's for sure, and then he walks out, and it's like, what's going on with Sting? Then a long time passes, and it's like the dark days of WCW. NWO has taken over everything, and you look up to the rafters and you see black and white Crow Sting with the crow. He had a crow with him.
Yep.
And that was, you're like, okay, I'm excited that Sting is back, but it's also this like depressed, like WCW soul. Sting has been there forever. It's like the soul is dying. That's how I took it when I'm watching it. And like,
dude, his makeup it encapsulated all the emotion.
Yeah. I did think I don't think I would have done it. I'm telling you what I thought when I was a kid watching it. I thought that after the storyline concluded and he beat Hogan, that the WCW soul would be restored. I thought he'd come back as the Surfer Sting. Is what I thought he would do with that paint. But no, the black and white, that took Sting to way more levels than he ever was before. So
Fun fact: it was Scott Hall's idea.
yeah, it was.
He's
And
like, "Hey, Sting, have you seen the movie The Crow? Should do something like that."
because his hair was already long and dark, and
Yeah,
he's like, yeah, you should definitely. That's a good call by Scott Hall.
kind of resembled a late Jason Lee.
Yeah, yep. So, do you have
And
any
you know
honorable? Oh, sorry.
no,
I thought we were.
I was just gonna say he once he went crowsting, he didn't go back.
You can't.
Every
Yeah, being so popular is that you can't go back.
yeah. Okay, so my honorable mentions. You said Edge. Um, I have Triple H in 2002 coming back from the quadriceps tear. Um, he out for a very long time. Didn't know if the crowd would take him back, but they did. I remember that they hyped his return all night, and then boom. I If I'm not mistaken, did he debut that Motorhead song that night?
Yep,
Okay,
you did.
good deal, good deal. All right, I have Chris Jericho in 2007, the Save Us,
I like that.
and then he knocks down Randy Orton's Torch Runner.
Yeah,
Okay, and I have NWO in 2002. Okay, so we all know NWO is not a WWE creation, but the three founding members of the NWO returns to the WWE.
oh yeah, Vince. I'm gonna unleash the cancer of the
Yeah,
WWE. Yeah,
yeah, and yeah, that runs on my honorable mentions.
I am very surprised because it just dawned on me right now at 23 minutes into this podcast. I don't know why my voice turned into like John Wick all of a sudden. Anyway, anyway, you didn't mention the John Cena Royal Rumble return.
Oh,
It just
that's
dawned on me
in
right now.
that's in my honorable mentions. So he's in a program with Randy Orton. He's about to face him at, if I'm not mistaken, No Mercy for the WWE Championship. This is the Raw before, so he has a match against Mr. Kennedy. He hip tosses him, and Kennedy lands weird, so where he tears his pec. Now they're saying, oh, he's out 9 to 11 months, so we're not expecting him until like after Mania. A good 6 months later, who's number 30? And then Cena, and then everyone in the ring. If you watch that segment back, everyone in the ring, as soon as Cena's music hits,
They stop, yeah.
they stop and look like, what? And then JR, what? Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's John Cena.
And then Triple H sells it
Yeah,
what are you doing here, you know?
yeah. And then
Yeah.
after the Rumble match where he wins, oh, fun fact: Michael Buffer was doing the ring announcing for the Rumble for the Rumble match.
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Fun fact, he didn't say Shawn Michaels. He's like HBK, the Heartbreak Kid.
You know what? I just watched
Shawn
Starcade.
Michaels.
Wait, which one?
No, it was Shawn Michaels and Undertaker that started the match.
Oh yeah, it was.
The first two, they were the last two of the previous Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything they touch together is gold. But I was just saying, I was watching Starcade 1990. It was when Sting faced off the Black Scorpion at the cage match. And
Is that Ric Flair under a mask?
Okay. So I watched that, and then that didn't have anything to do with Michael Buffer, because I remember I watched the Starcade after that. It was Hogan versus Vader, and Michael Buffer was the ring announcer for that. You just reminded me of that. I just watched it like last night. I don't know why I picked that Starcade, Hogan versus Vader, but it was a good Starcade.
And then in 97 and through 97 and 98, he would ring announce the main event of every Nitro.
Yeah. That guy had his voice insured. Just because
Lloyd's of London.
Yep.
$1 million insurance policy. I would too. Those golden pipes.
Oh yeah. So that's our top 5 returns as we are returning. Hopefully you made it this far so that I could tell you we appreciate you being here. We appreciate your subscription to the channel. All we ask you to do is comment. Tell us what you like to see. We want to bring you a lot more reviews. We are going to be doing our first live stream. That's what we're planning right now for Royal Rumble, our reactions to Royal Rumble. We'll be together in the same house. We'll get some pizza and wings, and we'll just have a good time and hopefully talk to a lot of you there on the comments. So Instagram and YouTube will be on both for sure. So MVP, good as always. Good to be back.
Good to be back.
Baby, come back. Okay, we got to go.